Hi everyone, my name is Melissa, otherwise known as MommaMAK, coming to you from, well, our utility room. And I'm making this video today in response to being laid off from my job as a substitute teacher over the creation of an island in Fortnite Creative. I'm going to post a link within this video somewhere, wherever it allows me to in the program, if anyone's interested in going to see the full, like, three-part thing in YouTube that was created to give people who aren't knowledgeable about Fortnite or the difference between Battle Royale and Creative an idea of what the differences were to calm anybody's concerns. But I'm not going to go into all that here. What I will say is I've been substitute teaching for about a year and a half. I'm a pharmaceutical chemist, but, past year and a half I've been substitute teaching, figuring out if I wanted to be a teacher. And really love interacting with the kids. And Fortnite was everything that they were talking about, especially at the middle school. And my own kids play Fortnite. My son is a high schooler here. So about the middle of season 4, they convinced me to give it a shot. And I hadn't played video games since the 80s on my Atari, so it took me a while to figure it out. But once I learned how not to die, at least for, a couple minutes, I really do enjoy the game, and I've gotten better at it. And then they came out with Creative, and it was, a whole different world. I think I've published, maybe 5 islands by about this time, and one of them was covered in Fortnite Intel. The second to last island that I created was a school, and there were no guns. There was nothing like that. It's all just fun stuff to do. The school itself was very loosely based on our school in town, our high school in town. But I say very loosely because really it's only the front area of the school that is kind of the same. It's by no means floor plan of the school or what the classrooms, everything looks like. It's not even the same number of stories. But the school became aware of it maybe about 2 weeks ago. It was weeks after it was published. And ultimately it came down to what their main concern was, that they wanted the island shut down or unpublished because it promoted behaviors at school that weren't appropriate. Now, since the only things you can do on the island are ride ATVs, drift boards, balloons, boogie bums, ice up hallways, all those kinds of things, the non-weaponry stuff. I asked, have you had a rash of students doing these things? And he said no. And I said, well, let me know if you do, and then I'll consider it. Because, honestly, if kids will mimic exactly what they see just because they see it in a video game or even a movie, then, why aren't we banning Grease, Ferris Bueller's Day Off, The Breakfast Club? It's ridiculous. Kids know they're not supposed to ride ATVs in the school. So a couple days after that, I was attacked on Facebook by a concerned parent who didn't know Fortnite Creative was separate from Battle Royale, hadn't visited the island, knew nothing about it, and posted on our town's website page, or our town's page, so then everybody was aware of what town this school was in, that a substitute teacher was promoting school violence. Which, there's nothing violent about this island. And thank God my daughter saw the post like 20 minutes after it was made, which is weird because she's never on Facebook. And I was able to reply with actual facts, because, generally people try to have facts before they have knee-jerk, reactions to things. But, in this day and age, that's like not a thing. So, and I'm so happy that, like 99% of the town, there were so many responses to that thread. 99% of the town was completely behind me, which is awesome. It shows that, people are still using their brains and rational, when given the facts. But it didn't seem to matter. I still lost my job anyway. And which I find disappointing for a couple of reasons. One is that, even according to a recent Stanford study, I mean, Fortnite is here. It's going to stay. Kids are into it. So finding new ways to teach them or interact with them or connect with them using things that they like, including Fortnite, and they use that as an example for how to incorporate that into lessons, is important. But also for an institution to make a knee-jerk reaction based on the uninformed, ignorant concerns, baseless concerns of a handful of people, and fire someone is definitely disturbing. But anyways, off topic. Well, not really off topic, but didn't want to go this far into it. Anyways, we created, my kids and I and a couple of their friends, no kids from the school system, I didn't want to put them in the middle of the politics, created a video to Twisted Sisters, We're Not Gonna Take It. And I thank Twisted Sister, Dee Schneider, for creating a song that just so epically and perfectly summarizes this situation. And this is done on the school island using the tools available there. I think we put it together pretty well. And to the kids who I will no longer see anymore in the classroom, I'm going to miss you. I hope to see you still on Fortnite and playing on Fortnite, but I'll miss you. And please don't ever think that you're powerless. I know the institution these days, especially the educational institutions, are making a lot of kids feel that way. But you're not powerless. Stand up for yourselves and others. Don't let people bully you. Stand up for what you believe is right. And don't let the fear mongers cause you to live your life in fear, because that's no life at all. But I'm going to miss you guys. And I hope you all enjoy this video. We had a lot of fun creating it. And have a good night.